If you're thinking about retirement or are already retired, you're going to want to hear these alarming statistics we found in this new study from Edward Jones called The Longevity and the New Journey of Retirement. So they talked to 11,000 people, and we're pulling out a few of the stats that we found that kind of made us take a step back, and then we're going to give you a few action steps that you might be able to implement to address that. I'm Chad Smith. This is Allison Berger. If this is your first time watching, we're with Financial Symmetry, a financial planning firm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we work with retirees all across the country to help them with their decision making as they're moving into this phase of their life. So let's jump in, Allison. The first phase that they categorized was anticipation. And what jumped out to us here was out of these 11,000 people, only 30% were working with a financial advisor.
Yes. And this, we always say, what's the plan? You know, if you don't have a plan, failing to plan could be planning to fail. Ooh. But what also really jumped out to me was only 52% are contributing to their retirement accounts. And really in this pre-retirement anticipation phase, which they're defining as about 10 years before retirement, contributing to those retirement accounts is absolutely critical. These are probably your highest earning years. Making and hopefully maxing out those contributions is going to give you the greatest chance at long-term retirement security. So we want to make sure that you're taking those steps, putting a plan in place, making those contributions so that you can live a long and financially healthy lifestyle.
Yes, and we put together a one-pager, a pre-retirement checklist, 8 different areas with a lot of checklist items that you can run through just to make sure that you've double-checked all of those different areas if you're planning on your own without an advisor, to get you to be the most prepared for that anticipation phase. So that's 10 years before retirement, up until retirement. Then you move into that next phase, the liberation and or disorientation phase, the first 2 years of retirement. What jumped out to us here was nearly half the people say it takes time to find new purpose, and then half still worry about outliving their money.
Yes, this was really stood out. And I think it's nice that they're framing it as a period of disorientation, because a lot of times we think about retirement as this light switch that you're working and then you're retired. And it's really not that easy of a transition. Making that transition from accumulating assets to decumulating and creating a retirement income strategy is very difficult for most people. So the planning is critical here again, and really coming up with a withdrawal strategy, recreating that monthly or biweekly deposit to your bank account so you feel like you're still getting a paycheck, as long as that is, sustainable in your long-term retirement plan. The other things we really want to think about in this liberation disorientation phase are there could be a lot of tax planning opportunities. So in that retirement income theme, we want to decide when to claim Social Security. Prior to claiming Social Security, there's a window where you might be able to do some Roth conversions or realize capital gains at a lower rate. So we really want to look at that during this phase and see what opportunities are available to you and might increase your financial health over the long term.
Yep, and then we move into that third stage. It's called the Reinvention Stage, what they characterize as 3 years to 15 years in retirement. And what jumped out to us there was that still only 35% of people in that study felt their finances are in great shape. What do we need to do there, Allison, to get us to that point where you can feel a little more confident?
Again, working with a financial advisor or putting together a financial plan can give you the confidence in this next stage of life, because what we see as most important to retirees in this phase is spending more quality time with family and friends. And in our modern world, many times those family and friends don't live close to us. So that might involve travel, that might involve additional planning of experiences to get together. We see a lot of our clients enjoy a second home in retirement, maybe a beach house or a mountain home. All those things take planning and they take resources to put those into practice. So we think that's, putting a plan into place, critically important, again, at this phase, if you haven't done so already, so that you can spend that extra time with your loved ones.
Yeah, and we're fortunate that we've got to work with a lot of hundreds of retirees to help them through this phase. And we've seen a lot of these themes happen when they first come to see us. And in this fourth stage, of course, the reflection stage that the study calls, and it's really 15 years after retirement and throughout the end of retirement there. What jumped out to us here, and this is not uncommon, that 1/3 of people have all of the 3 major estate documents, their will, power of attorney, and healthcare power of attorney in place.
Yes, and this is critically important. We did a prior podcast episode on having a professionally prepared estate plan, and you want to make sure that your heirs are prepared. In addition to having those documents prepared, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, you want to make sure your heirs are ready and they know what to do when something happens to you and they need to step into that role. What most retirees in this phase of life would like to be remembered by is their personal character and the experiences that they shared with their loved ones. So while you're putting those documents into place, really think about creating those experiences with your loved ones and getting them ready for the next phase.
Yes. So take these and plan accordingly in your journey. Reach out if you need help to an advisor near you. We are passionate about helping people feel more confident in this phase of life. So download the pre-retirement checklist. That can help you. You can check out all of our different episodes, over 160 podcast episodes, over 100 videos here on YouTube. In the description below, you can check out our website, other articles there. You can search the topic until your heart is content. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.